Opa! Welcome to Stavvy's World, everyone. We have an incredible show for you. Wes Haney, Daniel Simonson, they'll be on in a minute. We just want to let you know, and we talk about it, but October 25th, Let's Start a Cult, the movie that I star in. I wrote it with Wes and our friend Ben Kitnick. Comes out in theaters. It's in all these cities. Eldest will put these in post-production, hopefully, or I'll kill him. And you can, by clicking the link below, you can get tickets to see it. Please buy tickets to see it. Go outside. Go to the movies. It's 90 minutes of very, very stupid comedy. If you like this podcast, you will like the movie, I promise you. And if you live in any of these cities, go see it. I'm begging. I'm on my knees begging. Now, without further ado, let's start the show. Opa! Welcome, everybody, to Stavvy's World. 904-800-STAV. Call in. We'll solve all your problems. We have a very special, important episode. This is me. We have soon-to-be indie hit comedy. We have the cast of Let's Start a Cult here. Wes Haney, Daniel Simonson. I also happen to be in the movie. Yes, it is my movie. I've been telling you about this for a fucking month now. It comes out in this Friday, October 25th, in theaters. That's right. You're looking at three motherfuckers that are in a real movie, you pieces of shit. Show some respect. You too, Eldest. This is the first time you've had three serious actors on this podcast.
I'm humbled to the highest degree right now.
Yeah, we fucking made a movie. We hope you go out and see it. And look, it's in at least 2 theaters, so we can say in theaters.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's all it takes.
It's all it takes. 2 theaters, it's in theaters. We've already done a couple premieres. It's been in, already, as we speak, it's been in 3 theaters. Soon to be 4. So
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah. See, Daniel, we keep in the dark. Daniel's, look, me and Wes, we wrote it with our buddy Ben Kitnick, who directed it. I'm sort of like the James Dean movie star of it, the sexy young protagonist. Wes is the haggard old, he's the haggard old villain who I have to defeat. Daniel is a nice little foreign piece of ass we brought in, so people have something to look at. Ain't that right, Daniel?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My ass was the most important part of the casting.
But yeah, we want to make sure you go see the movie, and yeah, it was fun. It's kind of wild that that's something we made is in theaters, but we'll take it, baby. It's pretty sick, man. Have you ever seen yourself projected on? What's the biggest screen you've seen yourself projected on up until now? Until this movie?
I think it's my television.
Nice.
Yeah.
Television's good, though. yeah.
A few times when I watched myself. But that's very rarely, though.
Yeah.
Kind of try to avoid it.
You don't like to look at yourself on TV?
Not too much, no.
Yeah.
I think also the bigger it is a lot to digest.
Yeah. I guess my friend had a show, or maybe I did like the 48-hour film festival, and they put that shit on a movie theater. So like, I'm just talking about for tricking your mind. Me and Ellis, remember we did the 48-hour film festival.
Yeah, Crod.
Crod, Destroyer of Worlds.
Yeah.
Eldest was Crod.
That was my breakout role. I was kind of the star of that.
You actually were the star. You were the young James Dean, and I was the evil villain.
Yeah.
Damn, we should find that and put it on.
We got to redevelop.
We should put it on the Stavvy's World YouTube channel.
Yeah.
That would go nuts, dude. Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see myself big,
Yeah, I haven't seen myself big. So.
No. Yeah.
Never.
Ever. Not even for some bullshit thing somebody rented out at the theater or something.
No.
Not even that?
Not even that.
Damn, dude.
I made a little screening here and there, but nothing like no sort of big screen.
Yeah. Hell yeah,
maybe
dude.
on a wall.
Maybe on a wall. Yeah, no, you need
10,
the borders.
10 feet max.
Yeah, 10. Nah, not good enough. Now we're about to be big. And by the way, go see this, and we will go. If you do the popcorn trick at our movie, where you put your dick through the popcorn and get jerked off, send us the glory hole popcorn bucket, no jizz. Send it to us. Send it to Eldest Sula, care of Eldest Sula. We'll flash his address here on the screen right now, and you are entered for what's the prize? What do you think the prize is for doing the popcorn trick at our movie theater? At our movie, what do you think they should get? Maybe like $35 at
a burned DVD copy of the film.
A bootleg copy.
You get a bootleg copy. Yeah, that Eldest filmed at the premiere.
There's a bathroom break in it.
You get to hear Eldest's stream as he pisses.
You hear me on the camera like just breathing into the mic of the camera of the camcorder.
I loved bootlegs, man.
Here comes the piss. All right, it happened again.
Damn, I used to love bootlegs. That was we grew up in a nice era. Did you ever have you must have had some bootlegs? Because in Greece they loved bootlegs.
Yeah.
Did they have them? You grew up in Norway? Where the fuck?
Norway.
Did
I
they
don't
have
think
bootlegs?
that was a thing there.
You guys
in
love
Norway,
following rules. That's
Yeah.
why. Yeah.
That would be quite a break of the rules.
Yeah, Greek people hate rules, bro.
Yeah.
They don't pay taxes. They don't do shit. Yeah, dude, it would be like you would just go and people would be like, "You want to Tom Cruise?" And they would just have like Mission Impossible for you, like burned. Like I never, and we would like go DVD shopping for bootlegs in Greece and bring back bootlegs to America to watch.
But when I was in South America, they had it a lot. They would even have movies that were not out yet. So they're like The Hobbit. They're still making.
Yeah. They show you dailies of The Hobbit.
Yeah,
They show it to you with a green screen. They would show you Captain America. It's all green and the guy in front of it. That's fucking hilarious. Were you a big bootleg guy, Wes?
I wasn't because I grew up out in the country, so they didn't make it that far.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Not even at gas stations or anything like that?
No.
Wow. Yeah. Baltimore, both Baltimore and Greece, big bootleg places.
Mm-hmm, I'm sure.
We love the bootleg. Elvis, I know your ass had bootlegs.
Honestly, no.
What?
I never did like a bootleg DVD, like
Really?
the shitty kind that they film it in the theater.
You stole cable though, didn't you?
No, you keep saying that. I never did.
I thought you
We
stole
always
cable.
paid for cable.
Hey, all right. Don't listen to him, man. He stole it.
How
No.
can you do that, by the way? Steal it?
You just have a guy come in and fucking... I don't even exactly know.
Used to be big in the 90s. They
Yeah.
probably split wires on
You
the
just
poles
split
where
wires.
the actual cables were and put it to your house or some shit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You pay a guy one fee. One time you pay one guy $400, you get cable for free until someone's wise to it. But I think you stole it. How would you know what your parents... I guess you probably wouldn't know because they didn't speak English. But
Yeah, I don't even know how they would do it.
An Albanian guy split the fucking wire. That's how they did it. What do you mean, how would they do it?
Oh, man.
Do they have any Albanian stereotypes in Norway?
I haven't heard those, actually. It's actually a country I never heard mentioned.
You're not... Oh, really? Oh, you hear that, Eldest? They don't even think about you, motherfuckers. Damn, that's a shame. We got to ask everybody, what about in Indiana, Wes?
Or
did you grow up in Illinois?
I grew up in Indiana.
You did in Indiana, yeah.
There were definitely people who did it. It didn't happen in my family. We weren't smart enough. That's for sure. Too dumb, too afraid.
Too dumb, dumb and scared.
Lethal combo.
A dumb coward. You don't want that. You at least want a confident coward that might accidentally succeed. Yeah. An afraid coward has a 10% chance of anything good happening.
Yeah.
A coward that's a coward that believes in himself even though he shouldn't. Or I'm sorry, no. A dumb guy who believes in himself even though he shouldn't. That guy's got actually probably I would say 70%.
Yeah.
He's going to be successful in life.
Yeah. He's got good odds for sure.
Yeah. Damn. What about Albanians? You know any of them? Wes?
No. Oh, no.
Yeah.
I didn't even know any Greeks.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, How about Greeks in Norway? You guys knew Greeks.
I actually lived, so I studied in Paris, and I lived in
wow.
a Greek house. So
Really?
I lived with I think it was 80 Greek people.
I'm sorry, 80?
Yeah.
Daniel, what the fuck are you talking about? You were in a Parisian Greek house with 80. So it's like you mean like an apartment building?
So it was like a student city, and
I
every
see.
country had its own house.
Oh wow!
And then
so they had segregation. They had ethnic segregation in France.
I like to keep it separate. But they would send like from each house different countries. So I came from the Norwegian house to live at the Greek house.
Oh, so it was an exchange. It was like an exchange within an exchange program.
Yeah.
Interesting. So you were the Norwegian guy. You're the Norwegian delegate to the Greek house in Paris.
Yeah. Representing.
How did you find your experience with with 80 Greeks?
I mean, they're so different to Norwegians.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I remember I would come home and they would have like a circle. And they had a little guitar. And they were completely sober too.
Oh wow.
And then they were singing songs.
Yeah.
While they looked each other in the eyes. That's how they would have fun. You know?
Dude, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. And there would be like one guy in the middle, like doing his own solo dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really strange. Whenever I saw that, I would just kind of tiptoe away.
Oh, dude, they would have tried to get you in the center to dance for sure. That would have been a big... The sober thing does surprise me, though, because everything you're saying makes sense to me.
Yeah.
And they would love to to shred on the bouzouki. This is what you heard was a bouzouki.
Yeah.
That was the little guitar.
Okay.
And there is something cool about that, because it's just like a party will break out literally wherever.
Yeah.
And it's like you just need... And they literally just clap the guy in the center. The guy in the center does like he just kind of moves his arms around, and sometimes he kicks his feet up. It's fucking sick.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get there, dude. I'm trying to like... Traditionally, you perform that dance at your wedding. It's kind of like a peacocking. It's kind of like it's like the manliest dance there is. It's like fucking, you fucking dance that when you get married, and then again, you probably when you get divorced. You know what I mean? That's, it's called the Zebekiko. That's so fucking funny that
But it seemed the less alcohol, the better. Like that was almost like a great thing if it was booze free.
Yeah, because they didn't get rowdy.
Yeah, but they seem to enjoy it more if it's sober. I don't know.
Really?
Why. It's strange.
Sounds like you had 80 nerds in your fucking... This does not... Everything you're saying except they're enjoying it more when they're sober doesn't make sense to me. Was it a mixed home? Was it like guys and girls, or was it like...
Yeah,
all,
mixed,
okay.
yeah.
So it was a party, a sober party.
Yeah.
These sober Greek people just doing it for the dance.
And what ages?
Oh, all types. There weren't only students living there. There were like...
This is
I have
fascinating.
no clue who a lot of people were.
Yeah.
I would just bump into them in the elevator.
Yeah. And you were the only non-Greek, or were there like a handful of other students from other countries in that
There
Greek
were
house?
like a few different, but mostly Greeks. But I remember like sometimes we would have like a gathering or whatever, and you would just look to the side and just see 5 Greeks staring at you from afar. They really look at you for a bit too long.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're not even aware.
Yeah. No, I get...
Yeah.
There is like a weird... I know exactly what you mean, where there's like... They're not self-conscious.
Yes.
Like Greeks from Greece have kind of like the dumb guy we were just talking about. There's like a neurosis. Like, it's funny being in America and going back. I'm like, oh, America's neurotic. Like, I'm in my head. I bet you if I was in Greece, I would just be some fat dumb guy having a great time. I mean, you could argue I'm that now, but it would just be like I am self-conscious, and it's like they'll just be like, what's going on, man? What are you doing here? Or they'll be like, they would, and then they might even like, it's like a little aggro, but not a little alpha. They're trying to like alpha you a little bit, and it is kind of like, I don't know. They're kind of like fucking wild animals, to be honest with you. Like my cousin is his life is so simple. Goes to work, tries to get pussy, eats a fucking gyro, day starts all over again. You know what I mean? There's not much else. There's not much other than that.
But they're really good people, though. I did like them.
Yeah. They're great at hanging out. Greek people love chilling, and like it's warm. They're probably welcoming. You know what I mean?
Very
like,
welcome.
Yeah.
like they're very accepting of no matter how you are. You're like, oh yeah, you're one of the guys.
Yeah, and they'll shit on you. They'll make fun of you, but you're one of the guys. You know, like that is awesome. And this was what, college, or what, you were in college, or?
Yeah, in Paris, and yeah, we had parties there every now and then Norwegians would come over there to party.
Yeah, what's in a
give? Be shocked by how drunk we were.
Oh yeah, you guys just get fucked up, and that's it. There's no song or dance. There's just
to be able to exist. But it's like, I remember there were these Norwegian guys there, like rolling on the ground. Literally on the floor, and they were pretty shocked, the Greeks. Like, I think they felt we were ruining the party.
yes. Because Greek people will get fucked up, but it is a slow build. I will say that. It's like a glass of wine with dinner, and then it's like we're drinking for 8 hours while the music's going. Like, it is a very, again, it's a hang-oriented culture where it's like, don't fuck it. Like, shots are like a wild move. Like, they'll do it, but it's only after it's built, and it's like, all right, this is one of those nights. Let's get, now it's time to get fucked up. But it's not like even American college culture where it's like, time to pregame, where you have to be so drunk before fucking leaving your home. Where, that's interesting, because I guess Norwegians are just, the day, the party starts by getting fucked up.
You kind of arrive drunk because you've been pre-gaming.
Right.
So you're already pretty wasted when you get there.
Yeah.
And then you keep, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like I would have done pretty well in Norway. I was so shy growing up, like would not make eye contact with people.
Yeah.
And definitely had to get lubed up. Like,
sure.
In order to do anything, like, man.
I mean, I get it. I remember doing that, being like 15 and being so scared to talk to a girl that you're like, time to guzzle vodka so that maybe I'll say hello to you know, just a girl that's been like batting her eyelashes at me. I did one time. I got drunk as hell and made out with a girl at the Greek festival. Respect. Still one of the best memories of my childhood.
That's great. How old were you?
I was 15. You know,
very
counts.
Good. Yeah.
That was maybe the closest I got to getting sucked off for another 5 years. Like, it was like, I had a nice little run that year where I saw 3 pairs of tits, and then God turned the titty spigot off. He was like, all right, that's enough. Now be a fucking loser and hang out with Eldest for 5 years. Go to a diner with Eldest after getting way too drunk at a party now. That's what you're going to do until you get to see a titty at... I guess I saw tits again. Let's see here. Let me think about this, boys. Give me a second. I guess I saw some tits at 18. I guess I saw some tits at 18. But I didn't fuck for those 5 years after. So, it was a harrowing time. Yeah. When did you see your first titty in person, Wes?
I think I've talked about this last time.
You did, yes.
Yeah.
I remember this.
When it was everything at once.
I remember this, yeah.
Topic.
Not so much as a kiss, and then it was just... Same night.
No
Got
kiss.
it all out of the way.
That's why I remember this. Yeah, I remember this.
Yep.
That is fucking hilarious. Salute to that.
Great night.
Yeah. Okay, second. So we covered your first the last time you were here. Second time you saw tits.
It was probably, I think it was like maybe a year and a half later.
Okay.
So kind of a drought.
Another drought. Yeah.
That was pretty rough.
Yeah.
And I also got braces during that time.
Ooh.
So that didn't help.
That's tough. And how old were you when you got braces?
I had just turned 19.
Oh my God, dude. That's fucking brutal. That's fucking brutal. College braces.
Because I had it took me that long to get enough confidence to be like, I think I would like to do something entertainment related in my life.
Right.
I should probably fix my fucked up teeth.
Yeah.
I gotta do it. I'm 19. I don't want to do it. This is going to fucking suck. So let's get it out of the way. Luckily, it was only for a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
What style of brace? Like the classic brace? Classic.
Yes.
Just
Yeah.
metal mouth shit.
Yeah, I didn't have any colored rubber bands.
Okay.
Though.
Yeah, that's good.
Classic.
Kept it classic.
Yeah, gray, silver.
Yeah. Did you do this? Did a lot of moisture, you know?
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's me, Wes.
There's probably some of that.
Can I see some pussy?
But I've got like big teeth too, so it wasn't that bad because the surface area of the brace on the tooth.
Of course.
There was some clearance there.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't make too much noise.
That is funny to be like, all right, I have to get to think like that. I never considered my teeth for 1 second. Like, even though I wanted to do comedy, I was like, wow, who cares? I'm fucked up looking. Like, who gives a fuck? And then when I got my teeth, this tooth came in, they're like, you want us to fix the gap? I was like, no. I like the gap. I like having fucked up teeth a little bit. So were your parents just like, the dentist was never in play growing up?
Yeah, it was kind of like a lot of things. Like, you don't really need it.
Yeah.
So I always had like the lowest like version of whatever it was.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I'd love an example. If an example came to my head right now,
sure, that'd be
perfect.
awesome. Yeah.
But,
yeah. We'll just have to do with you saying it.
Yeah. Believe me, take my word for it. It'll come to me in a few minutes when we're on another topic.
Yeah. Now, Wes and Daniel, I don't know if you know this about me. I'm a deal hunter, baby. I love a good deal as much as the next guy, but I need that shit to be easy because I'm also a real lazy piece of shit. That's where Mint Mobile comes in. Tired. We were using on our business line an old provider. Didn't like its subpar service. Mint Mobile comes in. It's so easy to get started with Mint Mobile. You switch over just like that. Eldest, you experienced it. You worked the phones on this.
I did. I set this thing up in like 10 minutes, like max. It was super easy.
Incredible. And it's a bargain too. 3-month plans are only $15 a month. We're talking high-speed data, unlimited talk and text, delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. You can use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all your existing contacts. Find out how easy it is to switch to Mint Mobile and get 3 months premium wireless service for $15 a month. To get this new customer offer and your new 3-month premium wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/Stavvy. That's mintmobile.com/Stavvy. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month. A Mint Mobile at mintmobile.com/Stavvy. $45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details. Well, I do love because we had so much in the movie. We deal with like a one of the characters is kind of a out there mom, and I do love that we drew a lot of inspiration from your actual life and your actual mom.
Yeah, for
where
sure.
We put a joke in there. We might as well. We didn't tell that part on the last one, did we?
I don't think so.
Because last time we talked about your, like we talked about stepdads and all that kind of. Which, by the way, go see Wes and Nick Nanny. We had a great episode on the Patreon. You're gonna have to pay up for that one, folks. But we didn't talk about that at all. Where it's like. Because your parents split up. How old were you?
I was like 2.
Yeah.
So I have no memory of them
Yeah.
But like my mom she was married a lot.
Yeah.
Married a lot. And then, at 8, she found my stepdad, and they've been together ever since.
That's nice.
There were some dicey years in there. Some coming and going. I remember she had a boyfriend named Kevin who I met once.
Hell yeah.
Who gave me, upon meeting me, he gave me and my brother RBI baseball for the original Nintendo.
Yeah.
Love Kevin.
Kevin was good.
Kevin
and again,
was
that's a big lesson for all of you trying to fuck single moms. Get their kids a present a little better than they deserve, and you could do whatever you want to their mother after that. They are good. They're going to be playing RBI baseball. You got her in the Cobra clutch over there, just feet away, and they wouldn't be the wiser.
Never saw Kevin again, but here I am talking about him.
More positive memories per interaction than any of your stepfathers. Because it was just, hey, here's the RBI baseball. Me and moms are going to be gone for a couple hours, boys. Get in there with Ken Griffey.
That's why I was thinking about the other day. The movie Boyhood is my favorite movie because I think no other movie has gotten the stepdad quite right.
And
that's the movie that does it.
Yes,
there's a guy who's like dating the mom early on, and he comes to like take her on a date, and she's like, I forgot, I got 2 kids.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to meet my friends at the bowling alley. No, it's okay. I'll hang out here with you. It's perfect. And then the main stepdad later in it, it was just like slowly becoming more and more alcoholic.
Yeah.
He has this big flip out scene where he tries to he's drunk at dinner and tries to flip a dish, but he misses it.
Yes.
If you haven't seen Boyhood,
go check out Boyhood, folks. Watch our movie and then watch Boyhood right after. Yeah, there is something because the stepdad who tries to be abusive but can't pull it off is one of the funniest guys in the world.
Beautiful.
Because it's both funny in the sense of the guy's pathetic, but it's also such a relief because so many stepdads are such pieces of shit that actually will hit a kid. That one guy who's just like a timid, a pussy that wishes he could hit a child, but can't pull it off. That's a fucking hilarious guy, man. That's a fucking real pussy.
Yep.
God, thank God. Thank God I didn't. I mean, I always was like, damn, I kind of wish my parents had gotten divorced because I just think about the positive possible stepdads, you know? I think about a nice supportive big fat stepdad, you know, like an American stepdad. I always thought, that'd be nice. Some guy who could fucking watch baseball, whittles, you know what I mean? Gives me a nice hug, is supportive, you know. But
they're out there.
They're out there, but most of the time that's not who you get. You don't get a good one. You didn't have, were your parents divorced? Did Norwegians even have the concept of step parents?
Yeah, I kind of. I mean, my mom had boyfriends,
Gotcha.
but I do remember there was a lot of bribery involved.
Yes. They give you smoked reindeer meat.
Like, hey, dude, here's $20. 20 big ones, dude.
That's classic. And again, pretty direct.
It was uncomfortable, but I did like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Free money is always great. But it must be hard for them too, you know, to try to win the kid over.
Yes. Yeah, because you never know how hard to go, and you're like, I don't want this kid to think I love him yet, if ever.
Yeah.
But I do want him to get off my back so I can fuck his mom. I think that's really how most of them approach it. I think it starts with, what's the lowest what's the lowest gift I can get to just get 3 hours of this kid off my back? And then, unless you're a good guy, in which case it's it has to be an interesting thing of yeah, I want to be nice to them, but I feel like once you meet a kid, it's got to be kind of serious. You'd hope. Otherwise, it's
it's Kevin territory.
Yeah. Yeah, your mom's treating fucking you guys like you're her roommates. Kevin's gonna be on the couch. Hell yeah, that's Wes. He's cool. Just go right on by him. He'll be watching TV.
Yeah, it should be serious though if you are meeting the kids.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I can see myself getting into a stepdad zone. Yeah, that'd be kind of nice. I have no problem. Lady's got a kid. I'll date her, and I also think it would be nice to just not worry about changing diapers. Just pop in, boom, kid right there. Hopefully his dad's in jail or dead or something, and he automatically respects me more. Dead would actually be kind of the best one, I guess, because you have to worry about him coming back and shivving you or whatever. Or kind of pathetic and around would actually be funny too. Kind of like a Gil from The Simpsons guy. That would be a fun stepdad to have around.
Yeah.
But
you
yeah,
get a nice kid too.
You get a nice kid. I guess I'm open to the possibility that the kid is a good kid.
Yeah, they could surprise you.
Yeah.
Damn.
Whoa, this is fun.
This kid's all right.
Yeah, this kid's not bad.
Shit.
I mean, he's half of that fucking idiot, that Gil guy. But yeah, dude, I don't know. We'll see. But I'm starting with the uncle mode, of course. I think there might be some kids on the way in the family, hopefully. Ooh. So I'm ready to, work my way up as an uncle to train myself for stepdad. That's the ultimate. That's kind of like the dirtbag 35-year-old gauntlet when you're single this long, and it's like, yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be fucking nice. Do you remember any other bribes you got? Was it just cash?
I got a really sick T-shirt.
Nice.
That I got a lot of props for amongst my friends.
What was it?
It was like a skateboarding brand.
Okay.
I can't remember. Shorties, maybe.
Shorties, sure. Yeah. Did they skate? Were you motherfuckers skating? What was like youth culture like when you were growing up?
Very inspired by like the United States.
I gotcha.
But we did skate, but it was like the concrete was so rough,
and
it was always like rainy or even snow, you know. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't like ideal for it. But it was like a big skateboard.
Oh, really? It was a big culture.
I was pretty bad. I was very frightened, and so I didn't get a lot of respect.
Yeah. You couldn't do any tricks, so they didn't fuck with you, dude?
I could, but it took me like years longer to dare to even try it.
Yeah.
See, I went rollerblades. All my friends were skateboarding.
Oh, wow. You were the one rollerblader in the crew?
Yep. Speaking of no respect.
I mean, yeah, that was crazy.
But they had grind plates.
Yeah.
And I was not good at that. But that's worse when you try to grind with rollerblades and then your feet just
fuck, dude.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, I was always scared of skating completely. I was fat, obviously, and it just felt like, I don't know, a fat skateboarder feels like you're tempting God there, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like every good skater is like skinny. And Eldest, you never had did you have a board or anything like that?
I had a board. I was like trying to fuck with it in like 5th and 6th grade, but I was a straight poser, honestly.
Yeah,
like,
you were a poser.
I like managed to kind of do an ollie like in the grass and like right when 6th grade started, but then literally like the second time I did it in the grass, like the board snapped.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Like a shitty Kmart board. Now it's like, I don't think I'm investing in the new one. It like snapped under my weight in the grass. Yeah, that kind of sucked. But I was like, this is probably for the best, honestly. I don't see a future in this for myself.
You're also one of the least like physically gifted people I've ever met in my life.
Totally.
One of the least coordinated people. The fact that of all the sports you tried skating is so funny.
No, totally. I would have fucked myself. I like fucked my forearm once, like in middle school, like trying to play with a hacky sack in the living room. I just reached my foot for it wrong and lost my balance and like sprained the fuck out of my forearm.
And you're at home playing hacky sack?
Like I fell on the carpet and fucked my shit up.
God, I wish I had video of that. I would watch that nonstop. Oh, that's so fun. Yeah, I was way more of a. I played, soccer, and then I played like rec basketball, and then I fancied myself a jock, even though, I was in my heart I was a theater kid, but I couldn't admit that because I was like, nah, I'm fucking cool and straight. I don't fucking do. I quit like. You're a good man, Charlie Brown, in 6th grade to play like basketball and lacrosse, and that was like I was like, yeah, now's when I start being a cool guy that gets pussy, and then of course it didn't happen. I just played sports and whatever.
Yeah, I did like rec league basketball, but then I was in like an alt sports kid, so I played I was hacky sack and like ultimate frisbee, disc golf.
Yeah,
and then in college, my freshman year of college, I like joined the ultimate frisbee team.
Oh,
and
damn!
My first,
with braces.
Playing
ultimate frisbee.
Oh yeah. Long hair.
Hell yeah, dude.
And then I got into this improv group. And
3 for 3. College. Go ahead.
Found out the rehearsals were on the same night.
Oh, no.
Ultimate frisbee practice. So that was it.
Yep. R.I.P. your ultimate frisbee career. Yeah.
Hello, improv.
Time to grow up and do something respectable. What is the I'm realizing talking to you, Daniel, that I have no concept for what like Norwegian like culture is at all. Like I know I know the like, you know, you think of just Scandinavia in general. I think of it anyway as like almost like one place. You know what I mean? Like where it's like, you know, Northern Lights, reindeer meat, like, you know,
Well,
that's pretty much
the
it.
same thing though.
It is.
We can even speak our own languages to each other.
Oh, really? It's like they're almost dialects of the same thing, sort of.
Yeah, and I think
Interesting.
similar kind of types of personalities.
Yeah, I mean it's fucking cold as shit. It's like how long out of the year, or is there even a summer, or how long is it?
It is a summer, but it might be horrific. It's really like not guaranteed it will be good.
Yeah.
My mom is always calling me kind of bitching about the summer there.
Yeah.
And
So are you saying it's like too hot or too cold still?
it could like rain the whole time.
I see.
Or be like 1 week where it's kind of nice.
Yeah.
But when it's good weather though, the whole city changes and
Right.
everybody is outside and it's pretty nice actually.
Yeah.
But the winters, I remember being lots of snow. But now when I go back, that's almost gone, I think.
Little global warming.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
At least around Christmas when I'm there. It used to be like all powder.
Damn.
But
you don't
now
even,
it's like
slush,
just
that
a
bullshit.
lot of rain
Ugh.
and stuff. Yeah,
what's the point of being from Norway if you can't get a
I know.
snowy ass Christmas?
it sucks.
That does suck. God damn. And is that where everybody? Because it's always like you think of like, you know, everybody's 6'2" and blonde as hell. Is that it? Or are you an outlier, or do we just have that wrong as well? You remember how you were in the Greek house and you were the representative for Norway? That's actually what you're doing on this podcast too. You're back to being the representative for all Norwegians right now. You're answering all our questions.
Well, they're usually a bit blonder than me. So I'm half South American.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not fully Norwegian.
Gotcha. Is that why you were in South America? You were saying that's where you're getting the bootleg DVDs?
Yeah.
Visiting your dad's side of the family?
Yeah, I was there by myself, kind of backpacking. But yeah, I think you have really blonde, almost like cheese.
Yeah.
Like a lot of my friends had that type of hair.
Yeah.
But when I was in South America, they called me Blondie. But in Norway, I was kind of darker.
Yeah.
So yeah.
A man between two countries.
Yeah, they call me Russian a lot there.
Russian?
Rusio.
Rusio?
I would hear it on the street. Yeah.
Wow.
A Flaco, that's the skinny guy.
Skinny Rusio.
Skinny
Flaco Rusio.
But yeah, Norway is do you know who Holland is, right? Holland.
Yes. He's from
I mean,
Norway.
he looks as Viking as you.
Yeah.
Just the proper version.
I didn't realize he was from Norway. He is?
Yes.
Cool. That's a cool guy to have. He's awesome.
Oh yeah.
That guy's fucking good as shit.
Oh yeah.
And is that so? It's like it's big soccer. Everybody, did you play soccer?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. What
I was a
position?
little bit better there, but when I was actually a kid, I was kind of chubby, so I was very slow. I was good like technical, but I had to dribble people twice.
Yeah.
Because they would like catch up with me.
You'd have to beat
do
him.
it again. Yeah. But I loved soccer. I watch it all the time.
Who do you root for? What's the club? Do you
United, Manchester.
Oh, okay, nice. Do you spend time there too? I feel like you've lived everywhere.
I lived in the UK, yeah. So I did go to Old Trafford once.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to London for the first time this summer. You ever been to London, Wes?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you do. Is your? I mean, you obviously look hilariously Irish. Is that what's going on with the?
Yeah, my
with the Haneys?
Irish, English, German.
Gotcha.
Mix. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's fucking nuts. It's like I love the UK, dude. It's so frustrating to go because I love New York. This place rocks, but it does suck when you go somewhere and you're like, this city's better. Like they're running, the shit is cleaner. The public transportation actually is like on time and nice to use. It's also old as shit. Like London, you go and there's a building that people have been using since like the 1100s that's still like in use, and you're like, this is fucking the public part. I mean, fuck the. I was ready to be like, the fucking monarchy can suck my dick. Fuck their palace. And then you go and it's beautiful. They have like insane public gardens and like bright flowers of every kind, and you're like, damn, they're fucking stunting on us, man.
It's nice. I felt that way about Amsterdam last year.
Oh yeah,
and the canals everywhere. Like no matter where you live in Amsterdam, you're like looking at a canal.
Yeah. It's beautiful. The bike, everybody's riding bikes.
Around.
You ever fucking live there, motherfucker?
No, but I did backpack there, and I rode a bike, pretty drunk actually.
Yeah.
In the morning through the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool place.
It's
I didn't
awesome.
get to see it though. I was just there for 2 days. Or
Oh
something.
really? That's a place where I would, because I would imagine that's it seems to be a great place to do comedy in Europe.
Yeah.
I was supposed to do a European tour last year. I think I'm gonna go I guess coming up.
You could go to Norway.
Yeah, I want to go to Norway
sure.
too, for sure. I definitely want to go. I've never been there. I want to go check it out. But Amsterdam is very cool too. I remember being like pumped for the red light district, being like, well, I'm not going to go because it's, I'm going to go see. In the back of the head, being like, well, I'm not getting a donut. I'm just going to go to the bakery and smell, you know what I mean? And then I got there and it was like, so crowded and disgusting that it's like how you're like this water park feels gross to be in, but instead of a water park, because there's too many guys here, imagine if it's a lady's pussy. That's kind of how I felt, where it was like there were just guys in line like closer than we are, but from me and Daniel there were like 7 guys nut to butt just arms crossed waiting to fuck the same woman. And I'm like, this is cool to you guys? I'm no prude here, but it's like, this is just gross. This is fucking like, it's, I'll pay for pussy. I have no qualms about that, but this is just not.
It was shocking.
Yeah.
My wife and I walked around there and it was like, holy shit, this is what it is? Oh my God.
It's like in Times Square, but everybody's just paying to fuck a lady.
Yeah.
And they're all just like smoking and like they have the face of someone who's like 5 hours into their shift. It's like, damn, sorry, this sucks. But I guess they probably make good money. But yeah, I don't know. It was fucking wild. I guess you didn't check out the red light district, huh, Daniel?
No, I saw it in Belgium. We
Oh,
went
yeah?
through it with some friends. It
Nice.
was weird.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fucking.
Yeah, it's like women on display in windows.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty strange.
It is very
I
strange.
didn't even really look. I felt that would be rude. You are. I guess that's the point.
Yeah, no, they're not. Yeah, listen, they're trying to get. It's an advertisement. It would be rude because you're looking with no like
Intent of using
intent of yes. It's like getting too many free samples at Costco.
Yeah.
Or it's like going to the mall and just keep getting their weird little orange chicken, and they're like, all right, man, you've gotten 3 little orange chickens. Either buy something or get the fuck out. That's how But Belgium, huh? Interesting. A more chill red light district. Sounds pretty cool to me. You know what I love? A nice night out on the town, whether it's sports, a show, a concert, whatever it is. I like lowest prices, good deals, and who does that better than anybody? Our friends at the freaking Gametime app. I love this. Look, I'm even on here, Eldis. Yeah, you can fucking give tickets to see me at the Lyric. Going some good bargains up here. Actually, I'm kind of, how did they get such a good bargain? It's all fun and games until it might be coming out of my pocket now that I think about it. But that's how good these bargains are, folks, that the actual artist is actually a little worried about how cheap they are. But my loss is your gain with the Gametime app, and that goes for everything else. What else we got here? We got Ravens games. We got monster truck rallies. We have Gary Owen, famous white guy that is a big fan of black culture. If you like some of that style of comedy, whatever you want, Gametime's got it. I love to use the Gametime app. I've used it to buy Orioles tickets in the past. I've had a great time with it. I like all their features. I like to see the view that I'm looking at before I buy it. Whatever it is, it's one of the best. It's the best way to get tickets to a concert, a show, a sporting event, whatever you want. So take the guesswork out of buying concert tickets with Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account, and use code Stavvy, STAVVY, for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code Stavvy, STAVVY, for $20 off. Download Gametime today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Oh fuck yeah, I do. I do want to go to watch more of Europe because I have just seen Greece pretty much, and I went to Paris, I went to Amsterdam, but it's I want to go to Spain. It's just like I don't know, Europe is nice. Like what are your thoughts of just like being here, like the quality of life? What are your like observations? Because it seems like you've gone to many different, you've lived in different parts of the world. What give us just a little, I have my opinions, but I love to hear what you're thinking.
I think like America, I really like the people, but it's the hardest place I lived, where I feel I could end up so bad.
Yeah, they really don't give a fuck about you over here,
want
man.
Your money somehow, or you have to pay for everything,
Yeah.
I think Europe kind of blend together a bit, but then when you go to like Spain, or I've been to Greece too, then it feels different.
For sure. Greece definitely feels different. It's also like, it's not, I feel like there's a part of Europe that's sort of almost like France through like, I don't know, Germany or whatever, or like I guess whatever's past that shit. I'm dumb as fuck. I don't know geography, but it's like just kind of Central Europe where it's like it's all connected by train, and it's like you could get all that backpacking. It's like it's such a small place compared to America, like where it's like the equivalent of driving across a couple states, but it's so densely populated that it feels like you're seeing so many different cultures. All that shit does blend together because it does make sense that the EU is one place. It feels so much like America with different states, except obviously, and it is fascinating to see you motherfuckers are this close and it's a completely different language and culture. That's crazy because you come here and it's like fucking Indiana. You drive and it's like nothing forever, and it's like there it's so cool and packed together.
And Indiana, like, it's exactly the same as like an hour outside of New York.
Right.
Like anywhere now you go in the US, exactly the same. Like outside of a city.
Yeah.
It's strip malls. Like
Yeah. All the same shit. All the same restaurants. All the same. Even the like. I think David Cross had a joke about this back in the day where he's like, how do fucking Hicks in New York have a Southern accent? It's like how does Indiana have a fucking Southern accent?
It feels like you're in the deep South when you're in Indiana. It's crazy, and it's just like it's 4 hours south of Chicago.
Yeah, it's so
Where I'm from,
it's close.
Yeah,
it's fucking weird, dude. Yeah,
I think Americans though, you were talking about the happy-go-lucky guy.
Yeah,
I think that's how Americans seem to me. Like you're very good at small talking.
Sure.
Like hanging out in a bar or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
So I feel Americans in general are a bit less heady. I always felt very welcome here. It reminds me of Greeks. Where you're like, you're cool, dude. You
come on through. Yeah.
But it's definitely different to Europe for sure. The United States.
Did you ever feel was there a place you didn't feel welcomed?
In actually today, I really had to pee, and I walked into a bar, and there was a lady there, just me and her, and I was like, "Do you mind if I give you $5 and I use your restroom?"
Wow, you didn't even ask first. You just put money. You were like, "Look, I'm gonna pay you."
And she looked very grumpy.
Yeah,
but she agreed to it.
Wow.
But then I was pretty quick. Then she was kind of cool.
Right.
She was impressed.
Yeah. It was like, wow, that's a fast piss, and I got $5. This guy's
sick. It would be a good deal for her.
It's a great deal for her, dude. Are you kidding? Yeah. I love that you didn't even bother to ask if you could. You didn't even have. You're like, look, I got the $5 in my pocket. If she says no, I'll slam the $5 down. You were just like, this is gonna be a business transaction right away. That's fucking hilarious.
When I walked in there, I was like, please don't let it be a woman. I just feel that would piss off a girl more.
It would what? It would piss
Off a girl more.
Right.
A guy would be, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I feel a girl would be a bit more moody. Yeah. And I was right. She was not impressed.
Where was this?
What
Was
kind
in
of
New York?
dude has used the restroom?
Right. What kind of fucking pussy's got to piss so bad he's willing to give me $5 for it? Yeah. I'll never fuck this guy. This guy's a beta. This guy's a beta. One of those pissing guys. That's fucking hilarious.
But that is us American. This tough attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like when I ask some questions in customer support, I can feel that they don't want to help me. I don't have to explain it. It's just that can make me kind of grumpy.
Well, I think you're onto something here because it's a fundamental thing of, like, I mean, it's really just capitalist versus like somebody who's doing their job, right? Who's just like, you know, I just want to get through my horrific job with as little work as possible, right? That is America. That's like, whereas like in Europe, it's like, hey, I'm getting paid to do this. I'm taking my base shit is covered. My life's pretty fun and easy. Like I get to go on vacation for 4 weeks. It's like, maybe I actually will do my job. When I'm doing it, I'll do it. Now, I get a lot of vacation time. I'm not there a lot, but when I'm in the office, I'll fucking do it and I'll actually try and help you. Whereas like, it's rare when you find someone who just kind of does their job here. And I get that. I get it, right? Like, because life is a nightmare in America, as you said. It's like, none of your basic needs are met. No one cares about you. It doesn't feel like the country cares about you, like your well-being. Like what you're saying, it's the hardest place to live. And it's like, yeah, a customer service person just wants to fucking get you off the phone. And when you get a good one, it almost feels like a miracle. Like I felt closer to somebody who's like just been baseline nice to me than I have like, you know, family members. Because it feels like a Delta employee that's like, well, I see. You know what? Technically we could charge you for this, but you make a good point, and I fully have it within my power to make this go away, and I just will. When someone does that, when they act like a human being, you're shocked when they do it here. Yeah,
they usually hate you.
Hate you.
Openly
you
hate
pick
you.
up the phone and it's like you have to ask a lady who, like, your ex whose sister you fucked for a favor. That's what it feels like when you call when you're like, hey, can I just get this refund that I'm entitled to? And they're like, ugh. Fuck you.
But New York too, though, is tougher. Like when I was in Colorado very recently in Vail, they were so friendly.
Yeah,
Like,
well, that's
almost too much.
It's a resort town though. They're on vacation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but in general, Colorado seemed like a lot warmer. They're almost like too stoked to see you. And like, so I remember that in the hotel, the lady there was so friendly, and she really wanted to talk for a while, you know.
Yeah.
And I felt that was very different to New York.
Well, that's definitely true. Motherfuckers here are like they're about their business. They're fast here for sure.
I'm really curious about Daniel's experience. When we were filming the movie, Daniel came out, but because of scheduling stuff.
That's right. You were there for so long.
He was there for so long.
And it sucked.
We needed him.
Where we were was horrible.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of like the strip malls.
Yeah. We were like an hour and a half outside of Chicago.
Yeah.
And it was fucking dog shit. And you were, what was the hotel? It was like a Holiday Inn, Best Western.
It was like 4 highways surrounding it, so you couldn't leave.
Yeah, like 8-lane roads in every direction.
I tried crossing the road one day, and I got halfway to a pavement. And it was so many cars. After like, I think 7 minutes, I went back again. Like I couldn't actually get through. So I was for 10 days in a hotel, and there were nothing around. There were 2 different places to eat.
It was the Buffalo Wild Wings, and what was the other place?
Some kind of Japanese place.
Yeah, that's right. It
was only me in there too when I had my dinner there. But I was like, Yeah, just for 10 days. It was quite a lot of time to get in your head, you know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
think about the film and all
Right,
that.
right.
And we were like, we hit the ground running. Like we were shooting around the clock. Like
Yeah, because we
all
were.
the time.
Yeah, oh my god. Yeah, because we really did. We were working like 14-hour days.
yeah. And then once every couple of days, we'd be like, oh my god, Daniel's at the hotel.
It felt like Home Alone. We were like, oh my god, we left Daniel at the hotel all day.
But
Well,
the
we didn't.
cast some of them lived where I was. At
Yeah.
night, they would come and they'd be like, oh, it was great. There was so much fun. And
Which is so funny. Like, why didn't they just let you even just come to set and hang out? I don't get that. I mean, not that you fucking missed anything. They were feeding us dog food, basically. I mean, making a fucking indie movie sucks dick. Like, we love the movie. I'm glad it happened, but you learned so much. Like, we're all comics. We're all comedians who are, like, just been performing and, like, live for our whole careers. And I don't know if you guys were the same way, but I definitely had the thought of, like, it's a movie. We're going to get on set and, like, you know, not that this, like, we're Daniel Day-Lewis or anything, but it's like, you'll really figure out the scene. And it's like, no. You have fucking, we rented some lady's house. We got to be in and out of there before she calls the cops on us. Like, we got to we rented this super expensive, like, you know, green screen place for one thing. It's got to go right. Oh, we got to shoot this. Oh, we'll shoot in the parking lot while we wait for shit. Because we made this movie for so little money compared to how it looks. Like, we have, usually when you make a movie that's so on this low budget, you usually keep it to a couple places, but we fucking wrote a lot of different locations. We had a lot of characters, so it was fucking crazy. But yeah, you fucking felt it. We were working, and then the catering was just like hysterically bad.
It got worse.
It was like
worse and worse, just little by little every day. It was worse.
yeah.
Until it got to a breaking point where
Yeah.
we were all openly like, oh my god,
Yeah,
it's so bad.
I'll kill myself if I have to eat this. And then they would just go get like pizza. But still, it would have been nice to have you on set, just to have fun, just to be there, just to see what we were doing. I can't believe you were just in a shitty hotel in a strip mall in, like, I don't even remember what part of Illinois, with truly nothing.
I think it was 2-hour Uber to Chicago. And it was like $100 each way. So I didn't do that at all. But there was a Target down the road. But it was very close, but you couldn't get there on foot. So I would Uber down there every day.
Every day you would go check out the Target.
Yeah. I actually have like hangers and stuff that I bought because I was so bored. So I came back with hangers.
That's so fucking funny, dude.
But yeah, no, that was really cool.
Yeah.
And but I noticed that in the movie it was so fast because you shot it in like 28 days, right, or something.
Yeah, it was, I think, 3 weeks.
Wow, that's crazy.
It was 6-day week, 1 6-day week, 1 5-day week, and then 1 6-day week.
That's right.
I think so. Yeah, fast.
Because I felt we had like 2 takes usually or something.
It was
And then,
crazy, dude. Yeah,
Like,
it was fucking nuts. I
Yeah,
mean, like,
very fast.
truly, you learn that it's just like, it's just got to get done.
Yeah.
Like, acting is like not even, like, that's why I respect good actors now. I was like, how hard is it? You spend all day to try and get a fucking, but it's like, you don't have all day. You have like sometimes 2 opportunities.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we were
they're
really
crazy.
like fortunate too that everybody we wrote the parts for like did the movie.
Yes.
So, we wrote the character like
with you in mind. We wrote, and we have the rest of the cast is fucking hilarious. We should say. I mean, Eric and Katie, who are the other members of our cult, they're really funny. We were trying to get them. They're in LA. Hopefully, me and Elvis will be in LA doing some Stavvy's World episodes. We'll get them, but they're really fucking funny. And then we just have a bunch of cameos from hilarious people too. But if we didn't have really talented people, we'd be so fucked.
Yeah.
If we had to like try and explain the joke to people, we felt like everything was in somebody's sensibility. But yeah, who knows? I mean, we think it's good. And now we're just like, yeah, come on, it was hard and it was tough and thank God it got done, but go see it. But no, you learn how fucking hard making a movie is. It's fucking
well,
ridiculous.
especially for you two because you're in all the scenes.
Yeah, that was crazy. I didn't think about that. It really ruined my life, honestly. That was the start of my relapse for real. We would work for 14-hour days and then just get Taco Bell or kebabs or we would drive, McDonald's something with our boy with Ben, and then Saxon, our beautiful camera operator, who was the man, and we would just get high. I would just get so high I would pass out, and then it would be like, all right, by the time you know it, time to work another 13, 14 hours and then do it all over again. Yeah.
And then I had one car for the four of us. Yeah. And we all had different call times. Yeah.
I know. It sucked dick, but it was fun. It was fun to make a movie.
It was the best.
But it was like, oh man, I had my fast food relapse, man, and I didn't work out because there was no time to work out, and then after that I went right to On the Road, and then my special came out in December of that, so it was like that was what I had to recover from. But hey, it's all worth it because it's crazy, it's insane they let us make a movie. Like that's fucking wild, dude. Like no, you don't get to make movies. Yeah. So please. If you like a bunch of dumbasses making a movie, if you don't want to see, just the Avengers or whatever the fuck, please go see this movie in theaters, for God's sakes. Maybe they'll let us make another one. Holy shit, you hear that? Ooh, that's the swishing of nets from the NBA season starting, folks. You know I'm a hoops fiend. I don't want to brag. I was, Roland Park Middle School. I was a reserve forward. Basketball is in my blood. And you know what I love more than watching it? Making it a little more interesting with my friends over at DraftKings, the home of NBA player props. Is it your first time at DraftKings? New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Throw a little something on it. You know what I mean? I can't tell you what to do legally. In fact, don't listen to anything I'm saying, but I'm excited to see what Giannis is up to this season. Anthony Edwards, a very charismatic man over in Minnesota. I'm rooting against the treacherous Boston Celtics. Whatever you want to do it with our pals at DraftKings. And use, of course, promo code Stavvy. Every point counts with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code Stavvy, Stavvy. That's code Stavvy for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-78-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in New Hampshire, Oregon, Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/bball. Yeah, so why don't we take some calls? I'm excited to hear what you boys have to say to our guests here. Hit us with some fun stuff here, Aldous.
What's up, Stav? What's up, guest?
You fucking dumbass.
What's up, Stav? What's up, guest? Nick out here in Kansas is giving you a call. I'm going to get right to it.
Please do.
What is your advice for a young blood out here like me, 25 years old, been in a relationship for 4 years, and for some reason can't figure out whether it's time to pop the question or not?
Oof.
All of her friends are getting married.
Oof.
She's a bridesmaid 3 or 4 times in 1 year.
Oh.
Obviously, I've got the fucking knife at my throat to figure this out. What do you say to a young lad like me?
You are a young lad.
Thinks honestly 25 might be too young to get married. I think it is. I think when I'm 35, I'm not going to agree with half the shit my 25-year-old self's doing right now. So, your advice to a young gun out here like me,
he really likes
25 years old, can't decide if it's time or not. But have a great one. Sorry I said blood so much. I'm not
he figured it out.
Yeah, he's right.
Yeah. I mean, Wes, you got married young as fuck, right?
I got married at 24, I think.
Yeah.
And you were exactly right, my man.
By the way, that's not the wife he mentioned going to Amsterdam with.
Yeah.
Like that did not work out.
Yeah, like I got married, 24. I met her at like 19. I still had the braces on.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. This bitch fucked him with the braces on.
But I think think it should be illegal to get married if you're a man, like before the age of 30. Absolutely, it should be law. Like women mature faster.
Yeah.
So there's some more leeway there.
We'll hear exceptions.
Sure.
But no, it's insane. I mean, I feel because Kansas, Illinois, you're kind of going through Indiana, similar like cultural, like, oh, everybody's getting married at this age.
Yeah, and I felt that for sure.
Yeah.
Like the culture around me was like, it's time to get married.
Right.
You must.
Right.
And I was like, I don't want to let everybody down.
Right.
Very accommodating.
Yeah.
But I think it should be illegal, and you should have to, if you want to do it before 30, you should have to go through a series of tests. Like you should have to fill out paperwork, like applications.
Yep. Some hoops. We gotta have some hoops you gotta jump through.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, you gotta think. And look, also, Wes, you were definitely a guy this was not gonna be the life for you. I felt the same thing where I had a college girlfriend when I was 21, 22, or we started dating in college. Then she so clearly wanted to get married, have a family. Her friends, same thing. Even though Baltimore wasn't like Kansas or whatever, she was just she was more traditional, and I knew that wasn't going to happen for me. Like, I could see what my life was going to be like. By that time, I knew I wanted to do stand-up. There was no way I was getting married I wasn't going to stay in this relationship, so, we broke up, whatever. But there is a possibility this is okay for you. I mean, it works for some people, right? It doesn't sound like...
He doesn't sound so stoked, though.
Right. If you're having these kinds of thoughts already, I mean, dude, you started dating when you were 21, 4 years. I agree that you have to figure this out, but the answer is get married or end this relationship. I mean, and that might be scary too, right? Because if you're 21, he probably does really love her, right? Like, you clearly... There's some affection here. He's not just in it for no reason, but it does, all we're going off of is how nervous you sound, right? Like, we don't really have the facts of the case, but everything you're talking about, you said knife to my throat. You didn't say oh, I feel a little pressure, but she is the love of my life. You were like, I have a knife to my fucking throat. I'm going to die if I don't marry this woman. So
I wonder how she would describe it with her words.
Right.
So beautiful and
yeah. If she heard this, what do you think she'd think if she heard you say knife to my throat? and everything he's described has been like societal pressure. It hasn't been nothing you've said, buddy, has been about you haven't said one positive thing about your girlfriend. You've just said how scared you are and how young you are. And so I think you know the answer in your heart. The way you posed this question.
I think to even vocalize these kind of thoughts, like for me, it took like 2 mushroom trips. To get to that point.
Right, that's right.
Perspective.
Didn't you get a divorce because you were on mushrooms? You came to it, didn't you say?
Oh yeah, my ex-wife played a mean prank on me when I was on mushrooms, and that was a real breaking point.
Yeah.
I was like, it was just cruel.
Yeah.
Like sent me like a cryptic text message
when she knew you were on mushrooms.
Yeah, like trying to fuck with me, and it worked.
That's so fucked up. That's grounds for divorce.
Yeah, he needs to do shrooms, right?
Yes. Oh, that's not a bad idea. You know what? Actually, yeah, dude, you should do shrooms. Legit, shrooms have honestly led me into some actual life breakthroughs. Truly,
yeah, absolutely, me too.
Which is crazy. This is the kind of podcast you're calling into. But yeah, do shrooms. If you're not ready to pull the trigger on, I honestly think I'm just gonna say fuck this. Just break up with her and just fucking move to where you want to live. Do you want to be in Kansas? What do you want from your life? You truly, now is a moment to figure all this shit out. You don't propose to someone and hope and figure it out. You really have to sit there, think about what you want your life to look like. If it does involve this woman, if it does being ready, if you're ready to commit, which again, all of us, nobody on this couch or even in the producer's chair, I'm going to say, thinks you are. But if you really think that, that's fine. But you have to, now is your time to think about what you want. And by the way, if when you sit down and think about it, you're like, I don't fucking know. I'm 25 and I've been in this relationship since I was right out of college or in college. That's really valid, but that means you can't marry this woman, right? So that's what you got to do. And yeah, maybe mushrooms is really the way to go. Yeah. Shout out to mushrooms, man. Hurt. A mushroom trip got me to take my health seriously. We're down 40 pounds this calendar year. Thank you, Eldest. All right. Yeah, that guy's fucked.
Hey, Stav, Eldest, and any guests they got on. Here's the situation. I am 29.
Oh, deep
I've
voice.
been with my girl for coming on 40 years now. She's an amazing girl. Love her. We both understand each other, are open and honest about all of our sexual tastes and proclivities, let's say. But back before I met her, I got dumped by a girl who I was with for 5 years, and I kind of went on a little walkabout, sexual walkabout, if you will.
Nothing wrong with that.
Ended up hooking up with a guy, you know, just trying stuff out. Problem was he ended up being a really, really nice guy, like genuinely, like besides just fucking this guy, like we were really cool buds. And
that's fucking awesome. The problem is I fucked someone I liked. And because he wasn't a crazy chick, I could remain friends with him. That's so fucking awesome. Yeah, let's hear the rest of this. I am pumped for the rest of this call.
Buds. And I've continued to talk to him for like 4 or 5 years now. And I want to like be friends with this guy. And I want to tell my girl about fucking this dude, but I also don't want to ruin the relationship we have. She would probably understand it, but I'm still kind of scared. I mean, we have a very open and honest relationship. She's told me all the stuff in her past about, like, you know, sex clubs, orgies, all this shit.
Nice.
But I'm just afraid that me dropping this now after 3-4 years in a relationship is kind of like a weird bombshell.
No.
She's already opened up stuff. The only reason I didn't open up to it was because I was afraid that it would be a deal breaker. But either way, I don't know. What do you guys got on this? You know, should I just keep it like, hey, this is my buddy that I just went to school with, which was the thing I told her. I was like, hey, this is my. They never met.
We went to sucking each other's cocks academy.
Jake, we went to school.
Oh,
the thing I told her. I was like, hey, this is my. They never met, but like I'd be like, hey, I'm talking to my buddy Jake. We went to school. We never went to school. I just fucking met him on Grindr one night when I was fucking drinking way too much and, you know, depressed about a relationship ending. But I don't know. See what you got.
This is awesome. This guy's so fucking cool, man. And normally it would be like, if we got this call, if I just read it, I'd be like, this is fake, but you hear it in this guy's voice. This is so real. Yeah. He really fucking met a cool guy who he fucked in the ass, and now they just fucking play fucking Madden or whatever the fuck together.
We didn't meet at school.
We did at school. I was on Grindr. Okay, I mean, number one, this is fucking hilarious. But number two, I look, if your girl is like a freak, she would probably love this. This is like, if she's a bi girl, you know how much cred a bi girl dating a straight guy, if she gets to sneak you into the category of even sort of gay, big win amongst her bisexual friends. You know what I mean? I really think, like, some women, don't get me wrong, some women who act cool about, like, you know, being allies or whatever, they would hate this. There are women out there who are secretly more conservative than they let on, for sure, right? This girl does not seem like that to me, right? Like, she seems like she would probably love the fact that you got your dick sucked, and maybe you even sucked a little dick. And even you being nervous about it, it's understandable, right? Like, this guy clearly is dealing with, he's clearly a little bi, and he's having a hard time coming to terms with that. And so I think you're a little That's the only reason you didn't open up. Why would this be a deal breaker?
I think it's because he likes the other guy so much.
As a friend, you mean?
Yeah, I think he
Like,
thinks,
if he wasn't in his life, he would have been like, oh, yeah, and look, I also fucked the guy. But, like, you're right. That's true. That does complicate
really,
things.
this other dude makes him so happy.
Yeah, maybe you should date this
think
guy.
I think that's where the issue is. Like,
Yeah.
he's
Right.
over the moon about it. He must be an amazing guy. Though. He must be a great dude.
Yeah. No, I will say the other guy must be pretty cool. Like, think about when you randomly hook up with someone and then you, no sex, continue to be friends. That's a very cool person, straight or gay. Like, there's no girl that I hooked up with that I was like, you know what? I don't want any pussy. I just want to get lunch. You know what I mean? Like, this guy's fucking cool. So, but I think you might actually be onto something here, Daniel, too, because maybe this guy, and we're completely armchair psychologists here, but is there something to it's a one-time thing. Clearly you have a little shame about this, otherwise he would have told his girlfriend about it. Is there an element of this where it's like he kind of does want to be a little more gay and he can't open up about that to his girlfriend? Like, does he have any kind of romantic feelings here for the guy? Or even if they're not serious, if let's say you were in an open relationship with your girlfriend, would you occasionally get the odd suck off from your pal here or there? Maybe, you know what I mean? But that's all conjecture on our part. Dealing with his actual question, the fact that it's a friend is a little weirder, right? Like, even if you take, let's make it a straight situation, purely straight, where it's like, if I had a friend who I hooked up with once, like a girl that we hooked up, we started dating, we hooked up once, and then I was like, I wasn't feeling it, but she's cool, and I brought her around my girlfriend, and it just never was the right time to tell her we hooked up, and now it's 4 years later, and you're like, you have to tell her, hey, that it was one thing. Like, that's just weird in and of itself, let alone the, like, element of him. I actually feel like the fact that it's a guy makes that part a little easier. If it truly was a one-time thing, you're like, look, I was kind of in my wild phase, I hooked up with this guy, wasn't for me. He was a chill bloke, though. and like, that actually is not that hard to explain.
In fact, you know him, and he's here.
In fact, yeah. We didn't go to school. We met at a glory hole. There was just something about those lips on the other end of that glory hole. I was like, that's a pair of lips I could drink a beer with, not just get my dick sucked by.
And we only kissed through the glory hole.
Yeah, I've never looked into his eyes while he sucked my dick. So it was pretty straight if you think about it. And I was looking at a picture of a chick the whole time. So yeah, I don't know. I think our caller here has a little shame, some internalized homophobia a little bit. If you think that's a deal breaker, but you've talked about how open and you guys are both kind of freaky, it sounds like, in this relationship. This is nothing to a freaky bitch, dude. This is absolutely, again, freaky girls, bi girls would love to be able to drop in a conversation, my boyfriend actually fucked a man. See, I actually think for some women that's a positive, and this might be one of them, the type of girl you're talking about, former orgy sex club girl. But either way, I think you should just get it off your chest, because it's an opportunity to, like, not keep anything from your girl, right? Like, you're clearly in a serious relationship. You really care about her. You shouldn't have a deep, dark thing, especially when it's not a big deal. It's really not. You hooked up with somebody and then you stayed friends with them. That's not that fucking crazy. That happens to a lot of people, dude. So, I think you're good here. I think you've built it up. And I think I'm taking what you're saying for granted here, that you and your girl are this open with each other. And I think this actually be a really nice moment for you where you get something off your chest. You realize it's not a big deal. You were building it up for no real reason, and the shit's good. And then, maybe you tell her about it. She's like, oh, really? That's hot. Can I watch you get your dick sucked by him? And then maybe you guys can all fuck. Who knows? I don't know how freaky the relationship is, but a lot of options here. And that is awesome. That's you know when people say it's hard to make friends as an adult. This guy really figured it out. This guy got his dick sucked and got a buddy. He didn't have to join a dodgeball league or anything. Oh fuck, that's a great call.
Hi, Stavvy. I'm calling, I guess, because like I need a male opinion. Like, so I'm 27 and like, you know, living in the same world that you're living in, whatever.
Okay.
But like,
That's true.
I can't get over how much like what's hot from women has changed from like curvy, like Kim Kardashian looking like fat ass and like thick thighs and stuff.
Nice.
Which I'm equipped with, to now
Very
it's like
nice.
heroin chic is back in, where it's like skinny, tiny girls that like have a 12-year-old body and like wear baby clothes and like have the whole daddy persona thing, like, and like to each their own and stuff. But like, are there men out there that still like women with like tits and butts and stuff? Because like,
Are you fucking
especially,
kidding me? Jesus Christ. What have we done to women? We got a bitch with big tits and a fat ass wondering if people will fuck her? I'm so sorry about society, man. This is fucking crazy. But we'll finish your call, but Jesus. Yeah, you're fine. Let's finish the call. I do have some thoughts on, you know, how cyclical all this stuff is, but let's completely hear her out. I mean, but just the sentence, are there still men out there that like women with tits and butts? Yes, there are, but let's finish the rest of the call.
turning 27 is like your body changes, and like I think in good ways.
Hell yeah.
But
It's
it just
milfier.
seems like nobody wants. I don't know. It just seems like everyone wants like super like flat everything so that they just look like children or something,
crazy.
and like, you know, wear little lacy socks and stuff versus like dressing like a woman. And like, I get the appeal because it's like dominance or whatever,
I don't know.
but like women like to be dominated. I don't know, like just what do men, and also like do men really care about like I have curly hair and I damaged it so many years for straight. Like,
what's going
do
on?
guys,
Pause
like,
this.
really
Is this a girl
look
that's
at
just trying to get me to
tiny-
fuck her? This is everything I've talked about I like. She's like, oh, I have big fat tits, fat ass, and curly hair. I've been on the wreck. What are you, redhead, half Asian also? What the fuck's going on here? I mean, this is insane. She's checking everything off. Anyway, keep going. This is fucking nuts.
Like, I have curly hair and I damaged it so many years for straight. Like, do guys like really look at tiny details of like, oh wow, she really did her eyebrows really well, and like, because that's changed too. It used to be really thin, like arched eyebrows, and now it's like full eyebrows. Or like the women have just gone insane with their standards of changing things.
Yeah,
and it's hard to like keep track to know what is like. Like, do men's standards change with the times, like at the same rate that women's standards for themselves are changing, I guess? I don't know. I guess any advice regarding that would be cool. I don't even really know what I asked, but yeah, thank you. You're doing a really great job. I love your comedy and you're hilarious, and this podcast is awesome. Not often. It's just awesome. And hi to the Albanian guy too.
Hello, disrespects eldest too. I mean, this is my dream girl. Fat tits, curly hair, doesn't even know Eldest's name. Text her back, ask her to go out with me, Eldest. Jesus Christ. Okay, so there's some interesting. First of all, number one, God damn, it's hard being a woman, man. It's like this lady's like, she's so worried about. And I do, there is some, I mean, she is not wrong. I have definitely seen a little bit more of the, like, there seems to be, you know, celebrities are getting skinny again in a weird way. People have said it's something about how like, getting a BBL and fake tits is now, like, affordable. And once it became affordable for people, like, now rich people are like, well, the hard thing is to be skinny. And now it's always like, you know, and you see it. The Kardashians are on fucking Ozempic probably. Their tits aren't as big. Like, and And I also know the thing she's saying about there is a little bit of that, like, you know, the lacy sock. I know what she's talking about. I've seen a little bit of that about the, you know, style wise or whatever. Girls are kind of being there's a version of being super feminine that's kind of out there, it seems. The good news is, when it comes to fashion, when it comes to trends, when it comes to anything, men are 10 years behind. So even if this were true, right? And it's half true. It's not getting to guys for 10 years. And then the even better news is that tits are never going out of style. I'm sorry. This is a currency that is it's like gold. And no matter where you go, tits will always that money spends anywhere. Okay? That's very important to know. And yes, gay guys will not say you ate anymore, right? The definition of what's serving cunt, now it's being skinny. Like, gay guys won't review your outfits and be like, wow, she's awesome. Straight guys will continue to fuck you until the end of time. There's nothing to worry about. What you're worried about is culture at large. And I also do think there's a little bit of I do think like the idea of body acceptance and body positivity, that's not going anywhere, right? So even if hairstyles and dressing styles, whatever, people are more accepting of all types of bodies, and you happen to have a body type that I promise you is not going out of style. But I don't know. Like, have you guys noticed any of the stuff she's talking about?
Like, I never heard that thing that you should dress like a child.
Yeah.
And that's something men are so into.
Yeah.
Also, who is making the trends? That's not men.
Gay guys.
Yeah.
Gay guys.
And like social media too, it's like it's happening faster and faster,
right.
and it's like impossible to keep up with.
Yeah, absolutely.
So don't even just be yourself.
Just be yourself. You're clearly a little neurotic too, but particularly what you're worried about is just like, I don't know. It is trends. It's mass culture trends. It is not interpersonal relationships, right? It is not. And you're right too, Wes, where things are changing so fast that it's almost like, well, now no one can actually keep up.
Right.
So it's almost freeing in that, no, a lot of people are just going to find your personal niche, find your personal style, find how you feel comfortable dressing. If you want to take elements from what's popular, you're like, oh, I kind of like that, maybe I'll do that. But like, you have to be like in your own skin, comfortable. As cliche as it is, you have to just find a thing that works for you, and maybe you can change it at the margins, right? Like, you know, you can wear a lacy sock or whatever. I don't know exactly what she's talking about, but I definitely have seen, like, I guess it's called, I've seen people posting about like some kind of aesthetic, like they name a different aesthetic every like, you know, like soft girl aesthetic, or like, I mean, it used to be like trad wife aesthetic. Now, maybe the thing she's talking about is like a coquette aesthetic. I think I've seen like, but it's just shit that I don't even feel like it's like, I think it comes and goes in like 2 weeks or so, right?
Yeah, it's so fast.
She seems to be one of the first to have these concerns.
Right. You maybe your biggest problem is how plugged in you are, right? Like, you see this stuff, but yeah,
the dangers that are looming.
That are coming just around the bend. Don't straighten your hair. Like, that's a perfect example though, right? Getting damage to your hair because you're trying to fit in. Figure out a way to live and dress that makes you feel good and comfortable, and people will be out there for it. What were you gonna say, Elders?
I was gonna say too, there's like so many different ways to be hot. Like, there might be like more prevailing standards at any given time, but like, you know, look back at any era of like celebrities, you'll find celebs of like all different types, from like the 60s and 70s who are like skinny or a little,
for
like,
sure,
you know, thicker or whatever, and they're just like, you know, guys really don't care about like standards. Like, men definitely don't care. It's like if a girl's hot, she's just hot. It doesn't matter like what type of body she is. There's just like something that, you know, you want to fuck.
Amen.
Yeah, well said.
So beautifully put, Elders. Sometimes women are just something that you want to fuck.
And they can be skinny or they can have big ass tits.
And I do think the other thing to realize is that like trying to keep up with trends is just a losing proposition, right?
Yeah.
Like and also it's like I'm not saying you're old in any sense, but didn't say she's 27. You should stop caring about this shit right around this age, right? Like hopping on the trends, like
your time in.
You're 20, in your 20s. It's like you're keeping up with all this shit. It's like just you're a little in your head. It's clear you're a little nervous about this shit, but like you're trying to keep up. No one will ever keep up. People drive themselves fucking crazy keeping up. Even people that are keeping up with it have fucking stylists, have assistants, it's impossible to do it yourself. Every celebrity that you're like, I love how they dress. They pay someone whose job is to find outfits all day. Jeff Goldblum has a fucking stylist. He didn't become fashionable at fucking 60. You know what I mean? Like, the same thing with every hot woman. It's like their team is insane. You're not competing against, people say we have all the same 24 hours in the day. No, we fucking don't. People with assistants that's 3 more fucking hours a day. They have a chef, that's fucking 2 more hours a day. They have a fucking maid, that's 2 more hours a day. Like, you're competing with these trends that are insane. Find some shit that's comfy for you. You've got some very good things going for you in terms of that's the thing. You're not even like I'm busted. Like you're not saying I'm an ugly ass bitch. You're like I have huge tits and a fat ass. What is this? What am I? Do I have to be skinny? It's like the truth is we do live in a cruel world where if you are ugly, life is harder. You're not ugly. It sounds like you know what I mean. Like you're just like worried about exactly crushing trends. No one keeps up with trends. The key is by the way, even if you were fucked up looking, I think a big part of this show is the best thing you can do is self-acceptance. And my whole thing now, obviously it's easier when you're a man. I'm ugly and fat as shit. My life's awesome. You know what I mean? Like, but just accept yourself. You're good. Don't try and keep up with this shit. And hilarious fear to have. I want you to do like a picture of you, like a really nice portrait, and then get the quote you said in cursive and like put it like this is something that you want to fuck. Eldest Sula. We gotta start doing that. The eldest quote of the episode. We should
Hey, Stav, my beautiful Mediterranean man. LD, great Albanian giant, and esteemed guest. So I'm dealing with this situation. I'll try not to ramble, but recently turned 30. I'm trying to get my life back on track, and I started working out hard in the gym 5 days a week, 2 hours each morning. It's been good for my mental health. It's been good, me and my wife just feel healthier and pushing her to be healthier, and it's nice all around. One problem that I've noticed from it, though, is that I am horny all the time now. I was already horny before, but now I cannot get through the day without masturbating 2 to 3 times a day. And if I don't masturbate, I feel like it affects my mood. I get anxious, or I'll get a little, angry at some small things. And if it goes on longer than a couple days, I just get straight up depressed. Kind of affecting my marriage a little bit because my wife's libido never matched mine before this, and now it's gotten to the point where I'm begging her for sex just to get this poison out of me. And I'm feeling like it's just a problem. I don't want to stop working out, but I used to take antidepressants, and one side effect that I noticed is that my dick didn't really work. I hated how I felt on it, but I'm seriously considering going back on it just to get the monster back in the cage.
Jesus Christ,
Any
dude.
advice would be much appreciated. Love you guys.
Holy fuck. This man is
He's
afflicted.
dangerously horny.
He's dangerously horny. How long do you say he's been working out? Like he just started? Recently turned 30. I'm trying to get my life back on track, and I started working out hard in the gym 5 days a week, 2 hours each morning. Great. Yeah, I mean, damn. You might even out. But I mean, don't chemically castrate yourself. Like, don't go on a fucking pill you hated to make your dick soft.
Well, it could be different though now that he's in a different body now.
Right.
Maybe it would affect him differently.
True. That's true.
Interesting. Yeah.
That's true. But I think part of this is if this is relatively new, I do think this will level out. I do think there's something to just getting a little healthier. All your hormones are a little like... You're just activated. You're not as depressed. Things aren't tamped down. Yeah, I mean, hopefully this evens out. I don't know what to tell you. Way too horny, and he's working out 2 hours a day, going to work, beating off at work, and then trying to fuck his wife when he gets home. That's crazy, dude. You're 30,
sitcom dad style, begging wife for sex.
Yeah. What if I do the dishes? Angry because he can't, because his dick is so hard it makes him angry at the little things. I mean, wild, dude. 2 to 3 times a day. This level of being horny is kind of crazy. Has he lost weight, or is this just the working out? I guess he hasn't said it.
I assume there's some weight loss or something. I mean, I would say for starters, well, just keep beating off a couple times a day. That's not that big of a deal, Like work out in the morning, or beat off when you wake up, either before or after your workout. Right. Beat off once a night. Mm-hmm. If you're beating off at the office, you should probably try to reel that in. But if you must, you must. If it's like take a
long lunch, do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
But it's just keep beating yourself off, holding yourself up. I mean, I would ask him what does he want the solution to be?
Yeah, you can't fuck your wife 3 times a day. even be realistic here. You can fuck your wife a little more than you're currently fucking her, but you're both adults with fucking busy schedules. You don't get to fuck the way you did in college. So what is your end game here?
Yeah. Do you want to fuck your wife daily or something? Is that realistic for time and shit? Start there. And I don't know. I think it will just kind of level out. It sounds like he's sort of replacing his antidepressants with exercise. Mm-hmm. So it does seem like all a very new, he's going through something very chemical.
Right.
And it's like a perfect storm of shit. So getting off the antidepressants that killed his boners.
That might have just done it on its own. Yeah. You're right, Aldous. Yeah. This is 2 big things, right? Mm-hmm. Off antidepressants and actually work. Because I've been working out, and I definitely feel a sense of, I'm not as fucking horny as this guy. I'm probably much fatter than him, too. But it definitely makes you feel more in touch with, your, just chemical. You're using your body the way it's supposed to be used. I just feel things more is all I can say, right? By exercising more and by losing some weight. Hormones are you get more bang for your buck. But yeah, you're right. Combining that with getting off antidepressants, that's
it's a big sounds swing. Like an X-Man right now.
Yeah.
So strong in all types of ways. This is so honest. You couldn't even say this to your therapist.
It's true. That's what we're here for, dude. Yeah. That's the service we provide. So, yeah, man. I mean, I think Eldis is right. I think you have to keep beating off, and I think you also have to realize, how long has this been going on? Give yourself a little time to level out, get used to the new normal. If you're still this dangerously horny, it's what's the solution? Because even if he doesn't, we get the call all the time where it's a guy lost weight and or just anyone is trying to get permission he wants our permission to cheat. He's not real. This could be the preamble to that a little bit. The I'm so horny, my wife won't fuck me. But even if you were to cheat, you would have to be compulsive to satisfy this level of urges. It's not like you can get a fucking, you'd have to a mistress doesn't solve this. You would have to cheat and then probably frequent sex workers. You would have to scratch this itch. Truly would be a problem. And so I would say give yourself a little time to let the chemicals balance out. And if this is still going on, then we're talking about something pathological. Like, this is a level of horny that's not just chemical if you keep it up over like 2 to 3 months. And beating off this much and even wanting to fuck that much, is there something psychological going on that you need to talk about? What's triggering this if it's not just the gym? Might just be the gym, and in which case, you know.
You dial it, go do an hour each morning.
Yeah, 2 hours is a kind of, and maybe
The Rock.
Yeah.
But he says he was already horny before.
Right, he does say he's a horny guy. So maybe
It
there
seems
is.
like whatever he does, if he tries to better his life, that's always a side effect.
Mm,
To just get even more.
yeah, gets hornier. You're right. So yeah, already a horny guy to begin with. So yeah, dude, I don't know. Maybe do you want to go to therapy and talk about why your dick is so hard? Maybe, legitimately. Like, because like beating off multiple times a day, you're talking about middle school levels of horny, dude. That's crazy, especially at 30. That's kind of nuts.
I'm sorry, 2 to 3 times is not even that many times a day. Like
Every fucking day?
I don't know.
What are you talking
if
about?
If he works from home or something, like that's nothing.
You beat off 3 times a day?
If I work from home, yes.
Which, by the way, you do.
If I work from home, it's not a
You're just
crazy
saying-
thing to have a day where I beat off like
Okay,
3 times.
a day that can get away from you. This guy's talking about it's the normal, Elders. What are you talking about?
I don't
You
know.
don't beat off 3 times. You don't average 3 ejaculations a day.
I don't know. Not every day, but
How many?
it's just not that crazy or something.
It's kind
If he's at home all day.
Oh, but
and
if
he's,
you
like,
don't beat off,
freshly
you get
worked out.
angry?
Right, yeah, would you get
Like-
angry? That's the question. Would you get really angry if you didn't?
Not angry, but maybe antsy or something.
All right, give us because I think 1 a day is kind of like, okay, if you beat off once a day, that's totally normal. Totally normal. Although some people might find that to be a lot, right? Like every single day. But look, 1 a day, I'm giving you no questions asked. 2, I'm hearing an argument, but I think we're getting a little weird. 3, no way for a man who's 30 is regularly jacking off 3 times normal. It just is not, Eldest. I'm sorry. Now, I'm not saying you can't have a 3-day. You certainly have a 3-day. You have a 2-day, I totally get it. But that's a lot. That's fucking crazy.
All right.
And also, you recently spent the night at my house for over 5 days, and you told me you didn't jack off because you had no private space for those 5 days, and you did not seem very antsy to me.
I didn't jack off in those days, but that's because we're like very busy. We were keeping busy with a lot of work stuff, a lot of activities, so that gets your mind off it.
Breaking a lot of dishes.
Yeah. I'm just saying, this guy's talking about he's working out and going to work. Doesn't that sound busy? He's talking about he's got to jack off multiple times a day. Something's wrong. Something's fucking wrong here, and he's got to get to the bottom of it. That's all I'm saying.
All right, fair.
Elder's fucking saying he jacks off 3 times a day. And let's take it to the panel here. What do you guys think about the frequency of jacking off? What's a normal number?
That sounds like a lot.
Yeah. 3 is a lot. Thank you.
3's a lot.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm not saying
Sorry,
I
Elvis.
do it every single day. But I'm saying it's not that crazy. If you work from home,
Look, we're
If
not
you're-
having
if
this.
you're
We
on-
just had this argument. We're not having it again cyclically.
I'll get off the how many times can you beat off hill.
But yeah, dude, I don't know. I honestly think you might want to talk about because you're right. He said he's a horny guy to begin with. Mm-hmm. This might not be a bad thing to talk to a therapist about. Sexual stuff like this. I think you're out of the realm of normal horniness. But anyway, who's to say? What else we got, Big LD?
Hey, Stav, big fan of the show. Just have a real kind of weird question to ask. So recently I went on a blind date. Just because not recently, but I got out of a long-term relationship this year. We were getting the girl had been together about 4 years, and so my friends had set up a blind date with a girl she knew that she thought I'd like a lot, and we met and we hit it off. And the date was great, We haven't fucked. That's important because personality-wise, we get along great. We have a lot of same interests, same sense of humor. Main problem is she looks just like my sister. And I'm not saying like, oh, they have similar hair colors or eye color. Like, you put those two next to each other, and they are like almost carbon copies of each other. And I don't know how to deal with that. Like I like the girl personality-wise. Like, we get along great, but it is a very odd thing to try to fuck someone that looks just like your sister.
Yeah.
So, should I keep going for this?
No.
Because she wants to go on another date. I mean, on a personality level, I want to go on another date, but I don't know what to do. Thanks, Stav.
You can't. I mean, this is crazy. You can't fuck someone that looks like your sister. I mean, what are we talking about here? Unless this girl like shaves her head or something, like she's got to make extreme changes to her appearance. But you're saying they look just like each other, and you're even considering. What if you have to fuck her? You're gonna be looking at someone who looks just like you. I mean, this is fucking weird, dude. If you wanted to do this, that would be so fucked up. This is crazy. You can't do that. That's nuts.
Not only that, then every time you see your sister after that.
Yeah.
That's
that's fucking weird, dude.
It's hard to say without like seeing them side by side, like he's saying. Because don't you think this could be something like? Could this be something that's in his mind, and in his mind they just have like certain features that reminds him exactly of each other? But to an outside.
Who cares? Is the outside guy gonna fuck her? No. All that matters.
Yeah, I guess that would make it worse now that I'm saying it. If they don't look alike and he's just like, she looks just like my sister.
Yeah, dude. I mean, this guy. Okay, this shows you how little pussy this guy's gotten that he's even considering doing this. That he's like, I just got out of a relationship. His friend set him up on a blind date, clearly trying to get him back out there. And he's just so desperate for pussy that he's like, yeah, I could fuck a girl that looks like my sister. Like, you can't do this.
I want to know, does the friend know the sister?
True.
The friend is in the wrong here.
That's true. Maybe, maybe not. I mean, you know, I could see a friend not knowing exactly what, you know what I mean? Like, there's some friends I know who they don't know what my brothers look like. You know what I mean? Like, they've heard of, you know, they know that they've, you know, I tell stories about them, but they don't, and even if they've met them, it's not like they have it, you know, their mind, it's burned into them. So I could see that.
Yeah.
But I think what's going on here is that you just need to get, this is actually good for you because it shows you how bad you want to fuck. That you're willing to consider fucking someone that looks like your blood sister. This is even, if she looked like a stepsister, we're back in business. That's actually weird and hot. Like the fact that it's like, looks like a stepsister, not a stepsister. You can't do this, but you need to stay out there. That's what this is to me. And yeah.
He doesn't say if he's attracted to her either.
I think it's clear. He said he is, though, is the weird thing.
So he is attracted to the girl. He said it.
Well, he said he wants to go on another date personality-wise.
So he really likes her.
And he's clearly thinking about fucking her. Like, he's already thought about it, right? And he's like, can I? So it's like he's putting it through the program. He's putting it through the can I fuck this woman program. So,
he seems like he's quite up for it, to be honest.
Yes.
It's just want a second opinion.
Yeah. He's kind of downplaying. He's like, I find it weird. I definitely am not harder than I've been in years at the prospect of fucking someone that looks like my sister. You can't do this. This is fucked up. Sucks that she's cool. It does. It sucks that if her personality was in a different woman, you would like to date her. But I think some things are too fucking weird. Now, I don't have a sister. Eldest, what would you do in this situation?
I don't know. I mean, I've never been through it, so I don't really know.
You're the man today, dude. 3 times is normal, and who's to say if I fuck my sister's doppelganger? But you're being honest. You can't really tell until you're face to face with the gun in your face how you're gonna react. Yeah, I vote. This is crazy. You can't do this. That's just weird on a basic human level. What do you got? You got something nice for us here, Eldest?
What's up, Stav? First time, long time, you know the whole thing. So, not really a problem, more of just like a how do I go about it problem. Dating this girl, love her, definitely gonna marry her, love of my life, she's awesome. But before we were dating, I was seeing this girl who was just a fucking freak in the bed. And I'm not saying the sex is bad, sex is great. It's really just with blowjobs. I'm not hogging, I don't have a fucking crazy dick or anything. But she like barely puts it all the way in her mouth. And I feel like she's just not trying that hard. Like, how do I go about being like, yo, I want you gagging and fucking gargling on this thing.
Okay, let's
like
relax.
Talk to a thing. I'm like the Pac-Man guy. Like, you know that sound. That's what I want.
What do you say? He's like, what kind of guy?
Yeah, I guess.
Like a
Whenever I hear
Pac-Man
this,
guy.
6 or 7
Oh,
months.
I see.
Who knows? Maybe we'll be married and I'll forget about it. But awesome. Thanks. Love you. Eldest, you're the man.
How do I get my soon-to-be wife to suck my cock better? An interesting quandary.
Your fans are quite weirdos.
Yeah. Well, we like to have open and honest lines of communication, and so they feel very comfortable. Now, look, I see where this guy's coming from, right? You know, you want to be able to get top-notch head from your wife. I think it's a losing proposition to compare to an ex or even somebody. Doesn't even sound like you dated. Like, there's a reason you're not with someone who's that good at sucking dick, bro. Like, there's a reason the freak thing just fell apart, right? Like, there's a reason for that. So it's unfair to highlight her best attributes versus a person who, you know, is better in every other single way. It's like, yeah, okay, what are you going to do? So you don't get everything. And especially if you said the sex is good. Now, it sounds like you want us to teach you how to be good at fucking. Like, what am I supposed to tell you how to fuck your wife? You got to figure that out, pal. It's definitely a possibility. You can definitely get better head from a woman who fears you in the bedroom. Not fears, but you know what I mean? Not fears, but like he's like, how do I get her to gag and fucking gargle on? And that made me uncomfortable because it's like, that's how you're supposed to talk to her when her dick is in your mouth. When your dick is in her mouth. Don't talk to me that way. Say that when your dick is in her mouth. Then maybe it might happen. But you can't be timid with your wife and a big shot around on the voicemail at Stavvy's world. Apply some of that gumption to her, and I think you'd like what you find. You know, you'd like what you find. But my guess is you're being timid about the whole thing. And yeah, I don't know. I wonder
how he talks to her in real life, his wife.
Yeah,
no, might be super polite.
For sure, for sure. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's also like, if you want this kind of behavior, if you want that level of getting your dick sucked, you might have to earn it from some people. Like some women, yeah, they're virtuosos. Sometimes it's LeBron. Put whoever you want on that team. He's going to be incredible. But other people are not so good. They need to be coached up. You know what I mean? Your wife is clearly not a dick-sucking phenom, but she can be a systems player. Support her, surround her around, build a team of support around her, right? You have to be, you know, she's got to be a game manager at sucking dick. You got to put all the elements there for her so that she's good at sucking dick. You might have to walk her through it. Whatever, like, you know, be like more vocal about what you want. But again, I cannot make you fuck your wife better. You have to do that.
He should also just talk to her. Just, you know, you don't have to start with like dirty talk like when you're mid fuck, especially if you don't do that regularly like that. Like
right, that would be so funny.
Just have like a candid conversation. Be like, I think we could spice things up. And what do you think? And just start from there.
Yeah, absolutely. Can we try some stuff?
I've been thinking that I'm kind of a Pac-Man guy.
Yeah.
And I want that hawk tua.
Yeah. Can you paint your whole face yellow and suck my dick and go waka 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 while you do it? Yeah. I think that's the answer here. There's no, I don't know what else to tell this guy. Yeah, pretty.
Talk to your wife.
Talk to your wife. Be better at fucking her. And that's really it. Something to go out on, Eldest? What do you think?
Yeah, this is kind of more of an anecdote. Ties into something we brought up earlier with Daniel.
Okay.
I'll just let you guys hear it and respond.
I love it.
Stavros, I'm going to try this again. I went to Norway during college for a study abroad thing for like 6 months, and while I was over there, most of my friends ended up being other exchange students. I have a question about an Albanian that I met over there.
Oh man.
His name, which you should probably bleep, was something like that. And he had to leave probably about a month and a half into the whole semester because he had to go back to Albania to deal with a court case because he had stabbed a guy. And I asked him about it, and I was like, you know, I heard you stabbed a guy, but you're obviously, you know, you don't seem to be a violent person or, you know, out of control. So what happened? He's like, well, this guy was trying to fight my brother, and so I stabbed him. And I was like, expecting a little more of a story than that. And I was like, okay, what, you know, did your brother have a knife? And he was like, no. And I was like, did that guy have a knife? He was like, no. I was like, so this guy was trying to get in a fist fight with your brother, so you stabbed him. He was like, fuck yeah, that's exactly what happened. Like, okay, cool. Well, good luck, man. And I just figured I would probably not see him, and he would be going to jail in Albania instead of coming back. But he did come back. He was only gone for about a week, and he was like cleared of all charges. Didn't need to deal with it anymore. We all went out and partied, and he didn't do anything too crazy the whole time anyway. So my question is this like a normal part of Albanian culture that you can be a normal guy and then occasionally like stab someone who's trying to get in a fight with your brother? Do I need to do anything in the future to like screen for Albanians that I meet for like how likely they are to whip a knife out in any given situation? Just kind of point me in the right direction on this, because I don't have much experience with Albanians. You have one that's remarkably well trained.
Thank you.
So I just figured I'd give you a call and get your thoughts on this. Thanks.
I mean, why do you think Stav needs me on the road? It ain't to set up some fucking cameras. It's to look in the crowd for those people looking at him funny.
Eldest has a knife on him at all times. This is awesome. Yeah, he went to. Well, the thing you don't realize is he went to Albanian court, but what that entailed was he had to mud wrestle the other guy, and so he probably just beat him in a nude mud wrestling contest and was then absolved of all charges. So that's kind of the traditional Albanian judicial system. So that's probably why he got off scot-free. But I don't know, Eldest, is it a very stabbing culture?
I've never heard of a stabbing, but I wouldn't be surprised if I heard some tale from my relatives abroad that involved a stabbing or something. I don't know. The courts also seem like kind of loosey-goosey in general. So, yeah, who knows what? I mean, I'm sure it wasn't mud wrestling, but maybe, you know, maybe there was a little envelope of money. Maybe there was even some skipping the whole thing and no one followed up or something. Going back to Norway. So,
Sure.
I don't know. I haven't heard of any. Well, yeah, it's like feasible, but I don't know.
Interesting. Is it violent over there? People fucking, because I know in England they'll stab each other.
I remember when I was a kid, there were like people who had knives, but they figured out where you could stab someone without hurting them. It was like a specific spot on the side. A very polite stabber.
That's where they would stab you. Is like it wouldn't cause damage.
Yeah.
And they were just trying to rob you, I guess, or what?
I was the one we fight at a school. There was a rule you couldn't hit in the face.
It was body blows.
Too much, you know?
I honestly like that though, because it's like, look, kids are gonna fight.
Yeah.
Just don't hit each other in the face. Fuck each other up in the body. That's fucking hilarious. Yeah. Is there like a dangerous part of town? Like, what's the most criminal? Is there like a crime you're known for? Is there a drug?
There's a lot of heroin.
Heroin. Oh,
Yeah,
classic.
that's the big one.
Yeah. That's a good one of the big ones. Yeah.
I think cocaine is like a recent thing. Because I heard now that it's like more
It's
in the
out there.
clubs. That's like more new in Norway.
Interesting.
But I think if someone stabs, yeah, maybe you should keep a distance.
From the Albanian stabber.
Yeah, like be a guy you wouldn't want to wound him up or anything. You know?
I agree with that. Yeah, don't wind up.
Get him like agitated.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to get these first-person reports of Albanian dogs across the world. Thank you for calling in. If you know of an Albanian criminal, please let us know so we know to avoid. But, you know, we're happy everything turned out well for your friend over there. Well, guys, I think that's going to do it for us. Thanks for coming. This was fucking awesome. Guys, please watch the movie. All three of us are in it, baby. Me and Wes wrote it with our friend Ben, who directed it. And there's a ton of funny people in the movie that make, you know, Robert Kelly, Joe Pera, CM Punk, Phil Brooks is in this movie. He was fucking great. Just, you know, you're going to love it. George McAuliffe, yeah, he was very funny. He was very funny in his role. We had a ton of very funny people popping in. You're gonna love it, and it was just a fun, dumb comedy. Please check it out. And anything else you guys want to plug? Anything, you know? No, nothing. Fuck it, just the movie.
Yeah, watch that movie. Get to theaters.
Get to theaters. Go see it. Date night. And don't forget, you do the popcorn trick. You send us the hollowed out popcorn bucket or the hole in a popcorn bucket and a stub, and you are entered to win a $40 gift card to Chili's.
Maybe wrap it in a freezer Ziploc bag so I don't have to touch a buttery or jizzy box.
Sure, maybe, whatever. That's up to you. You know, whatever. Dealer's choice. But that's our promise to you. Enter enter the Let's Start a Cult popcorn bucket challenge today and win possibly up to, you know, we're going to change it in honor of the Buffalo Wild Wings at the hotel that we stayed at and we had dinner at once as a cast. It will be $50 to Buffalo Wild Wings if you do the butter popcorn trick at our movie. Thanks, guys, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.